A recurring character is a fictional character, usually in a prime-time TV series, who often and frequently appears from time to time during the series' run. Recurring characters often play major roles in more than one episode, sometimes being the main focus. Recurring characters usually start out as guest stars in one episode but continue to show up in future episodes if the storylines or actors are compelling enough. Sometimes a recurring character eventually becomes part of the main cast of characters. Such a character is sometimes called a breakout character. Some notable examples of main characters who were originally recurring characters are Leo Chinquick on that '70s show Angel and Oz on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Mark Street, James on Ugly Betty, Vanessa Abrams on Gossip Girl, Zach Allen on Babylon 5, Steve Urkel on Family Matters, Donna Moss on The West Wing, Michelle Dessler and Chloe O'Brien on 24, Santana Lopez, Brittany S. Pearson, Amp Blaine Anderson on Glee, Lois Lane and Amp Oliver Queen on Smallville, and Kimmy Gibbler on Full House. In other cases, recurring characters have been given spin-off series of their own, such as Dr. Frasier Crane, who originally was a recurring character on Cheers. Kelsey Grammer, along with fellow recurring actor John Ratzenberger, were hired for 7 episodes to play Frasier Crane and Cliff Clavin respectively. Cliff was scheduled to recur during the 1982-1983 season, Frasier to recur during 1984-1985 season. Both actors were subsequently upgraded to the main cast, and Crane continued in his own series following the end of Cheers. On sketch comedy programs, recurring characters are generally a staple. For example, in the sketch comedy series Your Show of Shows, Sid Caesar used the concept frequently. As we were building and evolving our sketch comedy, we would look for new types of sketches that had legs. We liked the idea of recurring characters and themes. It gave us something we could start with and something the audience could connect with. Usually they appear in their own sketch and the sketch itself can become a regular part of the show. Some notable examples include the church lady in Hans and Franz from Saturday Night Live, the Gumbies from Monty Python's Flying Circus, and Bob and Doug McKenzie from SCTV. However, the characters are not always limited to their own sketches. Sometimes, characters from a recurring sketch go on to appear in other sketches, or develop into their own TV shows. For example, when The Carol Burnett Show was cancelled, the central character of a popular recurring sketch called The Family, Thelma Mama Harper, went on to have her own show Mama's Family. Also, recurring characters in sketch comedy shows can go on to have their own movies. This is especially true with Saturday Night Live, which has had many recurring characters turn into movies such as Stuart Smalley, Wayne and Garth of Wayne's World, The Blues Brothers, and The Ladies' Man. Recurring characters may even revisit shows long after the actor who played them has left the cast. For example, the character Mary Catherine Gallagher was portrayed by Molly Shannon when she hosted Saturday Night Live in 2007, 6 years after she left the cast. Sometimes a recurring character from one show appears on another show, such as when Dave Thomas and Rick Moranis hosted Saturday Night Live in 1983 and portrayed Bob and Doug McKenzie, or when Emily Litella from Saturday Night Live appeared on The Muppet Show in 1978. Sacha Baron Cohen's character Lag is another example. Originating on the Channel 4 series The 11 O'Clock Show, the character was such a huge success that Cohen got his own show as the original show was cancelled. Of course, recurring characters are not limited to television. In the early 20th century, the Saturday Evening Post frequently had recurring characters in their cover art, such as Baby New Year. The Shmoo was a recurring character in the comic strip Lil Abner, which eventually went on to appear in the TV cartoon series Fred and Barney Meet the Shmoo and the New Shmoo. The Sherlock Holmes series of novels by Arthur Conan Doyle featured well-known recurring characters such as Inspector Lestrade and Mrs. Hudson. In U.S. daytime soap operas, recurring characters are ones played by actors who do not have a contract. They are not obligated to play the role and have no guarantee of work. Actors on recurring status used to be referred to as day players.